Well, this is Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. I am Umaru Sandamado. It's the Greater Accra Regional demonstration by the Interparty Coalition against the new register. The NDC, the PNC, several other political parties are taking part in this demonstration, and they are protesting against the new register that is going to be compiled by the Electoral Commission. Now, they have turned out in their thousands, and they are walking on these streets of Accra to register their protest. The police are heavily guarding and guiding them as they continue with the process. Meanwhile, the traffic situation in town is bizarre. Michael Ogboud has been with the demonstrators who started this walk since morning. Let's hear what has been happening so far up to the Jubilee House, where the demonstrators came and insisted on being allowed to go in to present their petition.
The protest began at about 9:30 a.m. at the Kalkudi Park, even though protesters poured onto the streets obstructing traffic. The police were there in their numbers trying to control the crowd. The walk from Kalkudi to the 37 roundabout, which could have taken 20 minutes, lasted over an hour.
So it's been well over 20 minutes since the protesters arrived at the 37 roundabout, and it's a complete lockdown over here. The protesters have poured onto the streets. No cars are moving whatsoever. Everywhere is blocked. The traffic is building, and as you can see in our shots, some of them are lying on the floor in protest and are not moving, all in a bid to get their concerns registered, that they do not want a new voters register. The police is trying to talk to them to get them to move and continue with their protest, but many of them have remained on the roads, and they say until their leaders ask them to move, they will not, and they are protesting. As you can see, this gentleman lying down right now is on the floor, and many like him are also seated.
Some of the protesters spoke to Citi News.
It is time for the EC boss, Madam Jimesa, to now employ us. So we'll be employed. We'll work with her without pay. We'll be working for her. And you understand what we mean by we'll be working for Madam Jimesa. Soon, we'll be working.
What do you mean by you'll be working for her?
We'll be working. I'm sure it's going to be a surprise. If I wanted you to know, I would have told you what it is.
So I can see some of your men asking the people to stop and go on the
sit
floor.
down.
And sit down. Why so?
It's a lovely game. I told you that Madam Jimesa will be employing us. Today you will see a little bit of it, and then you see more of it to follow suit.
When the crowd got to the Christ the King's Church, close to the Jubilee House, they were stopped at a police barricade, but the protesters pushed it down, forcing their way through to the forecourt of the Jubilee House. Finally, the police was able to restore order. Their barricades set up a few meters from the Jubilee House restricted the protesters from proceeding any further. Some of the leaders of the protesters, including NDC National Chairman Ofosu Ampofo, General Secretary of the NDC Johnson Asiedun Ketia, and National Chairman of PNC Bernard Mona, submitted their petitions at the presidency. The petition was received by the Minister of State at the presidency, overseeing State Interest and Governance Authority, Kweku Efriye.
So that's the journey so far. What is happening now is that the demonstrators have got into the Accra Regional Hospital, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital area, that's READ, which is going to be a very crucial part of this demonstration. It is the point where the police will have to show their professionalism. These are people who are marching on the Electoral Commission headquarters, which commission headquarters is heavily guarded by military, by police, and all security agencies. These people are very angry, intending to show their disapproval of the Electoral Commission's registration of the exercise, are moving in larger force, in their thousands, and you can hear the blaring of the vuvuzelas that they have, clearly trying to tell a story that they do not agree in the local parlance, in the Tree language. They're saying Yempene or in Ga or Peneno. Essentially, that is the fight here. And this is a sea of red who are basically people who are angry and unhappy with the Electoral Commission decision. So it's a crucial point, and we'll be seeing what happens. Let me just see if I can plug in and speak to a few of the leaders of this particular demonstration. It's a coalition of political parties. The NDC is a key party. The former national organizer of that party is Kofi Adams. He's now a parliamentary candidate for Buem. Hello, welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
How has it been so far, Kofi Adams?
I think it's been great. You can see the numbers. Today is Tuesday, and Ghanaians are out to show their disgust at J. Mensah and His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his party desire to change what is working. The register is working. The register is good for purpose. The register has been able to perform all functions that a register is supposed to perform. We have done limited registration, meaning we were able to add names to the register. We have done transfers. We've moved names from one place to the other. We were able to do it. We have used it for a referendum. We have used it for all elections, and it has captured every information. It means the register is working very well. Why do you change what is working?
Very well. Thank you very much. That's Kofi Adams, the former national organizer of the National Democratic Congress. He's now a parliamentary candidate for Buem. Let's see and speak to a few more. Peter Buama Otokuno is a current deputy, one of two deputy general secretaries of the NDC. Peter, how has the demonstration been so far? You've been working all day.
Well, it's been exceedingly successful. It's been overwhelming. You can see the numbers. We least expect that we'll get this kind of numbers. This is one simple statement that the people are saying enough is enough. They are tired of the wastage. They are tired of the nebulous introduction of this new register. The people are saying that if for nothing at all, right at the next door of the Electoral Commission, there is something beautiful that we have been able to use the state money to be able to build. At least they should know that the monies of the state, the limited resources of the state, can be channeled to proper and sensible use, and not this new register.
Let's talk about that standoff at the Jubilee House, at the Flagstaff House. Was that part of your plan that you besiege the premises of the seat of government?
Yes, we had actually notified them that we will submit a petition to the president. We have actually requested to have a one-on-one meeting with the president, just as we have done with all the former presidents and all the major stakeholders of the state. So we have given a letter to them already, but this particular one, we had wanted to deliver a petition to refresh the president before we have one-on-one engagement with him.
Thank you so much. That's Peter Buama Otokuno, the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress. It's a very massive demonstration that the NDC is organizing, and we are following them here to see what they are actually going to present to the Electoral Commission, what will be happening at the Electoral Commission headquarters. It is heavily fortified by security, and that is the center of attraction for all these people who are demonstrating in protest against the compilation of a new register. We are indeed walking with the people, observing what is happening. It's a sea of red people, and it's been a walk that started from the Kanda area. It's been a walk that has lasted all day. There's been a brief stop around the Jubilee House, the seat of government. That has happened already with a few skirmishes, but that has been addressed. Subsequent to that, they have walked on in front of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital is where the group has got into. We are proceeding further to watch what is happening among these angry and expectant crowd. I'm going to head out now and move to the Electoral Commission headquarters to see exactly what else is going to happen there. It's been hours of demonstration that started from the Kanda area or Kanda Highway area, Kawokudi Junction, progressed slowly towards the Jubilee House and made brief stops at vantage places and concluded here at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. Officials of the NDC and other political parties that make up this coalition are holding their petitions that they will be presenting shortly to Electoral Commission officials. The EC officials are standing ready, waiting to receive the petition. These officials of the NDC, the chairman Samuel Fosuampofo, General Secretary Johnson Asidun Ketia, the chairman of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, as well as the leader of the APC, Hassan Ayariga, are some of the key leaders of this demonstration. They are moving now to go do the presentation to officials of the Electoral Commission who are lined up and ready to receive them.
We want you to listen to the voice of the people as contained in Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution. Sovereignty resides in the people. The people are speaking. Will the Electoral Commission be minded that the institution of the Electoral Commission is not greater than the voice of the people, because the voice of the people is the voice of God? We hereby this afternoon have catalogued the number of issues that will tell you that if you don't have the technical know-how, amongst us and amongst Ghanaians, there are many people with the technology and capacity to be able to migrate your information from your obsolete equipment to any modern equipment that will still make them functionable.
We receive it on behalf of the Electoral Commission, and I want to assure you that immediately I leave here, this will be on the desk of the chairperson for their attention. I mean the Commission's attention. We are assured that the Commission is open to dialogue, is open to engagement. We hope, but at the end of the day, Ghana will be richer with our electoral process.
The presentation has been done, the quick conversation has been had. As to whether this would result in a conclusion, we are yet to find out. But the police are still heavily guarding the premises of the Electoral Commission. As you can see, both police and military personnel from the formed police unit from the Ghana Armed Forces are busily doing what they know how to do best, protecting lives and property. Essentially, this demonstration has been incident-free, been a few stand-ups, as is characteristic of lots of demonstrations. But suffice it to say, this has ended pretty well. We are going to move into the crowd now. The leaders would be addressing them. We're going to hear what next they're going to say. This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV.
What is happening here today is a microcosm of what will happen the next time we are coming here. The next time we are coming here, we will come here with our booters, with our praying mats, with our mattresses, with our charcoal and our cooking pot. We shall stay here until they change their minds. Let me assure the media that oftentimes you have asked the question, if they don't listen, what next? They will listen, because on the 17th of April, we shall occupy every Electoral Commission offices in this country to ensure that they cannot happen here. This is the third in the series of the regional manifestations. From here, we are going to Volta region. So we will be expecting these vehicles in Hope. Then from there we will be expecting those vehicles in Techiman. And we will be expecting the vehicles in Tapa for Western region. Then after that, after we are done with the regional manifestations, then the country will now be ready for a 1 million man march to come and occupy the headquarters of the election.
Well, the long walk is over. The big speeches have been read. The supporters are walking away. They are done listening to their big bosses. The officials of the various political parties have given their statements on why the coalition is against the new register or the compilation of the new register. The next line of action has been outlined. There would be other regional demonstrations that would be carried out by this coalition. This is the Greater Accra one. There would also subsequently be an occupation of all Electoral Commission offices. Indeed, there will be an occupation at the headquarters here in Accra. They would be occupying other district offices of the Electoral Commission, and this will be happening in subsequent days. Clearly a plan to obstruct and prevent the Electoral Commission from carrying out its registration. The Electoral Commission in the meantime says it would be organizing the registration exercise, and it has given its own timeline. As to whether that would be happening or the intervention of the various institutions that have been invited by this coalition would mean anything, which would also result in the non-compilation of the register, is a story that would be keeping an eye on. But of course, here on Citi TV, via the Citi Newsroom, we'll bring you everything you need to know on this tense issue, on this vexed issue, on this thorny and controversial issue of the compilation or otherwise of a new register for Ghanaians ahead of the December general election. This is Citi Newsroom.